Alright, so here I am, a replay of me against Dallas playing human in this one again, and I actually wanted to cast this replay for, well, two reasons. First of all, it's a reasonable length, 11-minute replay. I can probably cast it in 20. And another thing I wanted to cast it is because Mandela was critical of something I did in this replay, but it was a small and minor thing, but I felt like there are certain things that perhaps need to be explained about other things, and well, strategical things. But first things first. I'm talking about the Red King here, and I'm asking Dallas what's going on with Red King, because Red King recently started going to college, and you know he's in Middle Eastern college. I don't know how Middle Eastern college work, if they have dorms or not. But yeah, the thing about the reason I asked that is that he's been lagging lately. Like he's been lagging, he's been disconnecting. It has been happening a lot to him lately. I'm talking about disconnecting. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what changed with his internet condition. And if someone knows if Middle Eastern colleges have dorms, please do tell. Alright, so pretty standard. Go into middle. Getting harassed. Have a bit of a bank. Can sit on the bush. And here is what I'm trying to do. I see that he's engaging with me here, and I immediately jump on his scouting trident, because I think if his attention is here, if he's scouting here, he's probably looking here, so I can catch this one. And I mean, as you can see here, a good player would never lose this scouting. Like a real good player, you know, someone StarCraft pro gamer level would never lose the scouting trident. It would be annoying as hell. But considering that we're not StarCraft pro gamers, that happens quite often to us. But here he did good. He paid attention to his scouting units. I mean, this unit was never in any danger. Revolver had not died to a single drawer, so he did correct, and you know, paid attention to this one, and my little cunning plan did not work out. And I asked him to nerf multitasking. I somehow feel that I might have casted this maybe I started that. And here I thank him for nerfing his multitasking, but he, again, I did the same thing. I sort of like, you gotta push those edges. Those edges are tiny, and you know, like you're not gonna, you know, as I said, you know, the top level player will never, you know, fall for this. But here he had two units in two different locations, and I saw that, and I tried to attack them both because I thought his multitasking would be enough to save them both. And indeed, it wasn't enough to save them both. I don't think there will be much happening here for a bit. Let's skip forward a little bit. So I'm doing the same thing I said that Spike Monster shouldn't be doing. That is doing protein of two mothers. Why am I doing protein of two mothers? I mean, I know that I kept one mother too. Right, no, I think it might be just a mistake. Sick micro, bro. Sick micro. Yeah, I tried to do here what I described before, when you try to pop out a matter behind you, but I already picked up the spigot, so that didn't work out all too well. And here I am stuck with 3 drovers, and I just don't know. I honestly, like, I see that he had 2 harassing units, and 2 harassing units is 2 harassing units. It's a significant amount of damage, but should you be going protein first? I mean, especially on this map where there is heal, and there is brush. I still think it's a mistake. It's something you do for your comfort. You're doing it so you're comfortable while. Alright, actually, let me go back and look at it, because there is an excuse for it. Invisible mothers. Alright, yeah. I actually have no problem with it. Now I understand what happened and why I am contradicting my own advice, because, as I said, it's a valid thing to do a protein of 3 masters. I think it's valid to do after 2 as well under certain circumstances, like the game I casted on Grotto, for example, or something similar. But here I produced a protein, but I produced a protein essentially of 3 mothers, because I produced a protein not of my most filled mother. Like, this would be the mother that would split into another mother first. So I kept it full. I produced a protein of my other mother that would produce the 4th mother split. So essentially, in this position, I have 3 mothers, and I'm producing 3 mothers, and producing the first protein of the 3 mothers. I think if you're doing the first protein split comes out of your mothers that would be second to split into your mothers. Let me rephrase it. If you produce your first protein when you only have 2 mothers, but the mother that you produce it of is the second mother and not the first mother, then it's fine. I think that's not the thing. Because definitely you can wait for 3 mothers and then attack harassing units, but I don't think you can wait for 4, because 4 would take all of the spigots, or it would have to move somewhere away. You know, you get into a position where you just way too exposed to harassment. And here I stop shuttling it because it's full, no reason to waste spigots. In fact, I should be moving away. And the reason I'm not moving away, I can tell you right now, is because I'm afraid of harassment. I'm keeping this mother here, just in case, something comes through here, and I can counter it. I can go into a brush and eat it all up. But I think, realistically speaking, that's like never gonna happen. And here you can see I sent the scout in to see that that's not gonna happen. Something like, the stuff on Grotto is not happening, or something like Spike does with extreme tier 1 aggression. So yes, I should have sent it away. It's very unrealistic for me to expect some kind of harassment to be happening, especially since I already have 2 mothers. So essentially it has to be some kind of harassment that is not preventable by 2 mothers, that you absolutely need 4 mothers. I should have sent it away earlier, and I think I should have sent it away way earlier. I think I should have sent it away with such a bank that I can poop up a mother on one spigot and then go on another. So this way I have two mothers in the middle that can be harassed by armies that is sent to the middle, and 2 mothers that are further away, that are harder to harass unless you send a special task force. But this early in the game, any kind of special task force that you're gonna send here is gonna get picked up by drovers, and as a human player, just sort of set yourself up for late game, being behind in the late game. Yeah, and I'm in a bit of a weird position as well. Oh, I was off spigot, I wasn't minding spigot, which is smart, but here I forget. Oh no, I don't forget. Oh, AudioDhalism is so good. Yeah, I'm not sure. I clearly am afraid of some kind of attack in the middle. I never do this. I never keep all these mothers in the middle. So I'm clearly afraid of some kind of attack. But in my days of playing Grey Goo, I never experienced this kind of attacks that would require, from a human player, that would require all 4 mothers to be, you know, exactly in the middle. So I don't agree with this position. I don't agree with what I did here as far as mother location is concerned. And here I'm going for 4 mother attack, but I'm doing drovers. And again, just something I saw here. For some reason, I decided that he's gonna be going a lot of tier 1. I mean, this is why I kept all the mother Goo in the middle, and that's why I transformed it to drovers. It's just something that, and I didn't understand what it could possibly be, but something told me that he's going mass tier 1, and he wasn't. Oh, we played the game. Yeah, we played the game. We played the game right before this on the same map. I assume something happened in this game that made me react like this. I guess he was going more tier 1 there. Something like that. Again, as I said before, I have a bone to pick here, and that is with the way Dallas is playing this out. And as you saw, like his entire initial this small force I just killed here, was mostly revolvers. And not only that, he didn't even, you know, try to save them for a later game. He just left. As I said, I'm 100% sure revolvers early game a mistake. And not only that, but he didn't value them enough. So here he has exposed gladiator again. I died to drovers, which is just silly. I think this game needs attacks upgrades, because as you saw, like gladiator killed drover in 4 shots. That would be cool if it would be changing, like for example something that goes on in StarCraft where Zealots first they kill Zerg in 3 hits and then you upgrade 1+1 attack and they hit it in 2 hits. I think something like that would be cool and would change the game a lot as well. So here quite a lot of aggression for mothers is proven to be effective, you know, such big aggression. I think we should stop here probably, maybe not actually, but Dallas, I stop it here I think because I'm opting here to go for splits, but I think that might be a mistake because I'm so far ahead in army again, and the reason I'm ahead in army is because Dallas did not build tridents and did not value whatever. I'm sorry. Too much talking, just dry mouth. So yeah, Dallas did not respect tridents, did not respect revolvers, so now he has a very little army. But on the other hand, he has a turret up. But I still think I should have. Well, maybe not actually. Because if you get behind economically, which I am, and you know he has 3 spigots to take in the main, and he's building up. Splitting mothers takes a lot of time. So you know you can't just stop production of army and then split into mothers immediately. There's quite a bit of delay. So you have to stop this attack at a very right moment. You might be ahead, but if you overcome it and it gets defended, then even if you're even or even slightly ahead in economic development before the attack was stopped, it's just the duration it takes to build up to mother split. It gives the human player a huge amount of time to catch up and to expand himself, especially since he already has 4 refineries, and the only thing I can do is harass extractors. If you could kill refineries, then yeah, sure, but rarely or never can. Those things, it's funny how I never noticed those things before. Like I never noticed that units actually shoot projectiles that fly out of them, because when you're in game, you're so focused on playing the games that you don't notice the details. And like the funny step sound of Goo army of striders, how they has those little tiny steps. It's funny to me. I never noticed it before. Oh, the thing, I think it actually passed, the thing that Mendel said. And what he said was that I did not scout up top if he has extractors here. And I don't have to. And I told him that thing, it's like when you play StarCraft, you learn a lot about that. It's a method of deduction. You notice how many drones we have, how many probes he has, what buildings he has, if he's missing a pylon in his main. And if he's missing a pylon in his main, it means his pylon is elsewhere, it means he's like doing proxy DT or something like that, hiding something. So it's the same here. You don't have to see everything to know that there is an expansion here. I know that there is an expansion here, I don't need to scout it. And I know that there is an expansion either here or there. And there are two things about it that, first of all, I saw that there wasn't expansion here, so I knew that there was expansion there. And even if I didn't see here, I would know that he has expansion somewhere. And what difference does that make to me? It makes absolutely no difference to me if he has expansion there or if he has expansion here. He has it, he has this income, and when times to harass, I will be going through one of the passageways. And I'm going into the main. I mean, that's the goal of harassment, to put up this pressure and to go as far as you can, force some turrets, and then pull out and kill any proxy buildings. You want to kill all the buildings that are easier to defend first. So the earlier in the game it is, the easier it is to kill anything in the main, and it just becomes progressively harder. So first blow should always be into the main. First attempt at a blow, at least. So it honestly doesn't matter. I mean, you know what he's doing, and there is not a great variety of strategies here. And you know that he's doing, building some Gladi, going for howitzer tech, maybe going for some bomber tech. You just know it because it always happens. You don't need to scout somebody else. You only need to scout things that will determine your actions. Like you need to scout like for example, in the beginning of the game, you need to scout if he's going to refinery or refinery factory. That would determine if you're gonna be rushing him or if you're not gonna be rushing him. If the information that you scout would not change any of your actions, you shouldn't waste your unit on scouting. You can waste it later because there is a pretty great chance that your unit is gonna die. So you only need to scout things you need to know. That would you have a power over the reaction to them, power over your defense to them or something like that. So and here I am efficiently splitting the tomatoes while attacking. I think part of the strength of it is because psychological. The human player does not know if you're continuing attacking or keeping up the attack, and that influences their decision. Not necessarily incorrectly, but a certain percentage of time it would be incorrect. Like here he's pausing his army, but he could be doing the other thing, and actually here pausing his army is a mistake. Because I already went up a cycle of mothers, so I can go. Like, I cannot say exactly. I'm not good enough of a player to say exactly when the cycle is complete and when you should be doing what. But neither is Dallas, and I think Dallas is a lot better than me. As I said, Dallas is one of the Dallas is the guy who I think is the best Grego player. even though he would say bike crash, I think Dallas is better than bike crash. When he plays Goo, when he plays human, no, he's human. His Goo is just I have great respect for Dallas's Goo. Great respect for Dallas's Goo. And anyway, this is a very great tangent about player skill, and I'm already past 20 minutes. But yes, there are cycles, and there are cycles where Dallas should know those cycles. If he's like, he wants to be this top level player whose favorite team in Texas, he should know that cycle, because there is a cycle of army. I go on farm others, I do a cycle of army, I attack him. That's when he needs to be building up defensive units. But after that, there will be a cycle when I split to my mothers, and that's when he needs to be pausing that army and making less army and making economic gain. And he didn't do that. He paused it in the wrong time. He paused it at the time where I already did my mother cycle and was building up units instead. And here I do a blind Tempest, because I know that Dallas on this map likes to build bombers. So to me, blind Tempest here. I used to lose to bombers a lot, but now that I just have a sense for when someone is building them. A player I know at least. It comes down to predictability, which is also a great reason for you to mix up things. But don't expect a result unless you play someone of, again, my level at least. Because majority of the players you face, especially low and ladder, not capable of adjusting their play based on individual player performance. So yeah, Dallas got behind an army because he expanded at the wrong time and he made units at the wrong time. Hawks, man. How you knew you were supposed to do a temple? North, please. Here I'm using Mother because obviously of his position. It's good to corner. I can corner his army, so that's why I'm going for a Mother push. And I have a lot of Mothers, so I have this feeling that even if I lose it, it's not a big deal, especially since it has a reasonable amount of HP, and him shooting at my Mother saves a lot of units, and I'm not planning to pursue this game much longer. I'm planning to win it right about now, because I see that he made an aggressive move with insufficient amount of time. I should have pulled them on the good time, guys. I'm proud. I should be targeting more. Like, again, this is just me playing, being bad and all, because and actually here I am certain that he's building air, and you can see. I'm not sure if I scouted it. I don't think I did. Yes, I didn't scout the air attachments, but I know that if he doesn't have howitzers at this point in time, if there is no artillery bombing me, I know that means bombers are coming. And this map, Dallas, this is a preferable map for Dallas and bombers. He does them on this map almost every time. On other maps he mixes it up a little bit more. But yeah, as I said, just sign of my old age and being bad, because I stopped microing here to produce units, and that's such a ridiculous notion. For me, as a former StarCraft Grandmaster, you gotta how hard can it be? I have one hotkey and one button to press. Select hotkey, select all your matters, and press a button for proteins, and they just come at your rally point. It's not hard. You can dedicate your entire multitasking to microing, but for some reason I can't. I'm not single targeting the units I want to be killing. I'm just moving. I could be better than this. Alright, let's fast forward it. Actually, no. There's engagement coming here, I suppose. I just want to pause again and say that, you know, something which is relevant about this game, but I think relevant about skill in general, and that is like when you see Mr. play, well, pretty much Mr. I didn't pay attention to other players to know exactly if they know it or not, but Mr. is probably the highest caliber of player in this game. He has a lot of, you know, good pedigree, good tournament performances in you know, Age of X series and StarCraft. So, you know, Mr. is an amazing player, and when you see him, you know that he knows what the other player can produce at this time. And he's predominantly beta player, although he plays all races, but he knows, like, oh, at this point of time my opponent can have this amount of units. But I don't, and that's what makes me a worse player than he is. Because if you know what your opponent can theoretically produce at this point of time, and you're not just guessing, you know exactly how much army you need. And that's an important skill, and that's an important skill that makes, you know, good players great. And mine is all guesswork and, you know, tempo-based plays. And here is something that happens that I really dislike, and that is the fact that the unit prioritizes other units. The units, you know, you have to control the units here, and that's, again, at this point, this is not just me being failing at multitasking. It's just something that I haven't been able to embed in my mind yet, because in my mind, all games, you prioritize the units that attack you, but in Grey Goo, you prioritize anything that's close to you. The closest thing to you gets attacked rather than the thing that's attacking you. And I think that's a bug, because I read somewhere that units are supposed to prioritize the counter. Like, your unit has armor and something has armor piercing, so the unit prioritizes that unit with armor piercing. But in reality, the unit just hits anything that's close to it. And that makes pushing into someone's base very uncomfortable, and there's just, you know, something I need to work on. But I think I lost quite a bit of game because I don't pay attention to it. But I'm just so used to my units attacking other units. It's very weird for me that this game. Alright, so that game is that game. So yeah, that will be the last one for today. Pretty long one, but I think it was a decent analysis, and, you know, I feel I'm getting better at this. Alright, so I love you all and see you later.